Hey everyone, really quick before you watch the video, just a quick reminder, I stream over on Twitch, Sunday to Wednesday, links are in the description, make sure you come and check us out. Okay, a lot of stuff I'll end up reading offline.
You're a long way
So I normally end about now, because we're about 4 hours in, but we're probably going to go for like roughly an hour extra maybe. Because like, there'll be a lot of stuff that's going to teach us in England and I want to get through all that. To a point where I can feel comfortable where if I just went off as when I'm offline, I can just go and like do random things.
Would love to play around, but I have bigger things on my mind.
I'm guessing we've only got Sean. Oh, Rebecca?
Oof. Mint tea is not actually tea, Bex. It's an infusion. It's really just dirty, minty water.
I don't care what you call it, Sean. Did you buy any?
Of course I did, love.
Hey, sorry about pulling you out. The generator was sputtering.
That's fine. I needed air.
How is the Animus data stream? Comfortable?
Felt pretty stable after a while.
She looks very different.
Good. Just give me a sec and you can jump back in.
Another satellite came down. Did you see?
I did. One of Abstergo's.
That's good.
Well, most of North America just lost its GPS service, so depends what you mean by good, really.
Right. Even when we win, we lose.
Okay, we're all set. Whenever you're ready, you can jump back in.
I went through hell to bring you here. It had better be worth it. Let's have a look.
Desmond.
No, come on, Sean. Turn that thing off.
Oh, hold on. I like what you said there. I want to get this for posterity. Say it again, nice and loud.
Seriously?
Sure, come on. If nothing else, it'll give me leverage with your old man.
Ah, that's your angle. Nice. What I said was, I wish I hadn't been born into the Assassins. I wish I had chosen this life. Is that good enough?
Sure, but why is that?
Because choice is the central idea of our creed. It underpins everything, right? It's about free will. It's about seeing the evidence before you and saying, yes, this is what I want. Or, no, this isn't for me. But when you're born into a group like this, or any other, like I was, you get mixed signals. You get told over and over again, this is what we believe. These are the rules. This is reality. No deviation. And if you question it, oh, they look at you like you killed a puppy. That's hardly free will. It's a weird irony when free will is your central belief.
I was so happy to,
I
yeah.
want you to believe otherwise. I don't know how to say it exactly, but I always thought there was something self-destructive about our creed. If free will is the most important moral guidepost we have, we should be free to ignore it. To choose submission, for example. You know what I mean? Like, we should be free to side with the Templars. If it's really my choice, I could do that.
Right. It's almost self-refuting. A democracy could democratically elect a dictator or choose to get rid of democracy altogether. Within our creed is the seed of its own destruction. That's what makes it powerful, I think. And fragile.
Right. The more freedom you have, the more risky it is, you know? Anyway, my dad has mellowed over the years, but he was strict when we lived on the farm. He ran a tight ship. I never got the impression that I was free to choose my path forward. Our creed, our tenets, they were drilled into my head. By the time I was a teenager, I was following these rules out of a sense of duty. This was just what we did.
That happens to a lot of organizations over time. The stagnation sets in, you know? The fundamentalism.
Yeah. Following the rules becomes more important than achieving
Date
whatever
December
goal you set out
19th,
for yourself.
2012. This will be not
People
long
start to
before
lose
he
sight of the
died.
reason the rules exist.
That's called deontology, or a form of it. Following a rule for its own sake and not for the consequences it has.
Yeah, but that feels backwards, doesn't it?
Well, I think so. Following a rule is the easy part. Praying, taking a sip of wine, munching on a wafer. Rituals that give comfort.
But that's just going through the motions. It makes people feel like they're doing something.
Yeah, man,
the hard
it's
work
good
is-
and it gets better.
Well, actually getting off your ass and doing something productive. I think people just want boundaries. Tight boundaries. They want to see the four walls that pen them in.
I don't disagree.
Anything outside that, anything that makes life more complex, that's scary. That's why I envy you. You chose this life. You went through that process and you decided, yes, I believe in this.
Sure. It didn't stop me from being an insufferable...
Rage, thank you for that raid.
I see your point.
I would have loved to have
How you
been
doing?
there.
How was World of Warcraft?
I knew nothing. Not until you guys found me.
Judging on time, I'm guessing you're going for a nap soon.
It wasn't until I met you, and Bex and Lucy, that I knew.
I cried my eyes out.
I wanted to be an assassin.
Oh, thanks, Des.
I'm on the edge myself.
Bring it
But
in,
nostalgia
I don't normally
with this
like touching
voice.
Make an exception now.
I am not hugging you.
You sure? Because I smell very nice today.
Can you just turn that off?
Okay, we'll listen to Desmond 2, and then we're going to go back in.
Hold on, I'll just set this here.
Do you guys record everything we talk about?
Not everything, but you've been using the Animus so much, I thought this was a good chance to learn some things about prolonged exposure.
So I'm your guinea pig.
Hey, Moist.
Oh no, my guinea pigs are all dead. The Animus was too much for them to handle.
Cute.
Can I ask you about the bleeding effect? Any recent flashes? Any memories resurfacing?
Yeah, the usual things. Ghost images of Altair and Ezio a few times a day. Nothing intrusive, just brief moments. They pass quickly.
Like, hearing his voice is just
Like a
nostalgia.
figure in the corner of my eye, or remembering a dream from the night before. I did have one extended hallucination.
Oi, stop
a few days
bunking me.
ago. It was Ezio. He was older, around the time he left Cappadocia. He was standing on the deck of a ship, alone. And through him, I could feel an intense regret.
No, you have to listen to them all.
And it felt to me like he'd had a loss of faith in himself, in the creed, like he couldn't keep it up, couldn't stay true to his ideals. And as I watched him, I thought, is this the moment he decided he was done being an assassin? It felt like it. Anyway, most of my visions have been brief.
Lection
Last
9
just a
years
few
later.
seconds. They're like complete memories of small moments that appear suddenly out of nowhere, fully formed. It's a strange feeling.
Okay, anything else?
I'm starting to see Connor now, too. Though I hear his voice more often than I see him. I'm sure that will change. Oh, yeah, and yesterday, just before bed, I had a memory of being on a beach in the Caribbean with a bunch of sailors. Or maybe they were pirates. I don't know. No idea.
Huh.
Edward.
I'll look into that. And how do you feel in general?
In general?
He had memories of
I feel
Edward.
older, for one. Much older. And it's strangely comforting. I'm collecting the memories and skills and thoughts of so many people. I feel like I've lived a few hundred years or more. Is it possible that if I do this for too long, it'll push my own memories aside? That I'll be everyone but myself after a while?
It's possible. That's called identity substitution. It's happened before, but it's rare. And someone with your background shouldn't need to worry.
My background? You mean someone with my genes? My abilities?
You have Isu DNA, and that lets you see things and do things and withstand traumas that other people can't.
And I can suffer in ways that others can't. That's not something to be proud of.
You mean the apple?
Yeah, it has a pull, Bex. It tugs at my brain, it talks to me, teases me, drives me mad. And what I did to Lucy, God damn it. Nothing is worth the damage I did. The pain I caused.
I know. But you're special. That's the point.
I'm not special, Bex. I'm lucky. That's all.
I understand.
We're assassins. It's our creed that makes us different, not our genes, not our blood. Anyone can join us.
That's true. But let's leave that aside for a second. What I want to know is, have you ever had any Isu memories resurface?
Isu memories? I don't think so. I can't even begin to imagine what that would feel like.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you did, maybe one day.
Like, if you decide to
you might be
ignore
able to
all
do
this,
something.
Jesus, let's fix the world first, okay? Before we start digging up my ancient ancestors.
Deal.
With my luck, I'll be related to some third-rate Isu like Sisyphus or something.
Way to aim high, buddy.
Hey, you gotta.
fine, we'll listen to all the messages.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Wolf Kiss, the Mad One, find me. Okay.
Layla, thought you might be interested in this. Conversations that Bex and I had with Desmond back in 2012. December, I think. Just candid talks, that's all. We didn't square any circles or write any beat poetry. But he did have some interesting insights into his time in the Animus and what it means to be an assassin. Anyway, have a listen. You might find you and he had similar experiences, so, well, let me know what you think. Unless it's to tell me I sound like a total prat in these recordings. If that's the case, just say nothing. I mean, I did have a slight cold at the time I recorded these. That's probably why I sound odd. Anyway, okay, I'm done anyway, so turn off. Turn off. Oh, it's actually just a button. Sorry, here we go.
Oh, that's how Sean. We'll look more into these another time. For now, I want to get back into the Animus, but they are definitely interesting.
Hello, Layla.
Sean, what do you make of the grave out there?
Well, it overturns a few hundred years of scholarship about the first Europeans to set foot in North America. Apart from that, it's just a bunch of muddy bones, isn't it?
Can we talk about this thing on my neck for a second?
Ah, the mood stabilizer. Yes.
It's not harmful, is it? I mean, I feel good, but I want to make sure there's no side effects.
Stabilizer?
It's only blocking outside signals, a passive effect. So the staff doesn't, you know, mess with you.
Oh.
Sean, what happened last year,
Oh, it's been a year.
I had no control over that. I tried to resist.
I understand. And your old team, maybe they don't. But we've seen that sort of thing before. Still, if you want to work with us and get to the bottom of why the world is about to end for the second time in 8 years, then you wear that thing until we say otherwise. William's orders.
I know. It's not a problem.
It's just a few
You can leave the Animus whenever you want.
Just until we figure this out.
You're right.
That's what I mean, like,
I know you're
I want to
right.
get back in there, get a few things probably done, and then we'll probably look at more of that stuff on there. Want to speak of these.
Better. But I'm worried that it could happen again. The two data streams.
I can't promise it won't. I barely understand it myself.
It felt like two minds, fighting over one brain. It hurt like a shotgun to the head.
Right. There's something about this Viking's DNA sample that feels dense, noisy.
Could it be the staff? Interfering somehow?
How do you mean?
My headaches, my temper. They started the day I got that thing.
I hope you're not making excuses for, you know, your friend.
Jesus, no. I'm not.
Sorry. Just take it easy.
And if you feel yourself slipping again, let us know.
I'm trying. I really am.
Oh.
Be nice to sleep in a real bed when this is over.
Oh, is that why she's been sleeping on the couch? Enter the Animus. Let's see what England looks like.
All right, time to go. Norway to England takes about a week by long ship, so I'll scrub ahead.
See, that'll make no sense of why she's looking at it like that to
Sorry.
anyone who hasn't played the
Can you send a
DLCs
message
of
in?
Odyssey.
We have the transcript. If you're looking for something, I can
No,
try and...
I want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just... that message led us here. To this place. To a Norse grave in North America. So those bones out there are the only lead we have. Our only chance of fixing this.
Honestly,
planet
from
before
what
it's
I've seen
too
so
late.
far, I'm going to quickly pause to explain this. So, the story of the modern day is Origin, Odyssey, then Valhalla. Because she gets picked up in Origin by the assassins. Stuff happens in Odyssey and Odyssey's DLC. And then we're at this current point. As for the actual assassin people in the game that we've met so far, they're calling themselves the Hidden Ones, which is what the name they are given when they are first formed in Origins. So far, this game is doing a great thing of tying the previous two to it. Odyssey and Origins are already as tied into this game quite a bit. We have Sean and Rebecca and Desmond in there talking about all these experiences, which therefore is tying in Assassin's Creed 1 all the way through to 3 into the game, and Desmond's even spoke about memories of Edward, even though he's never played, even though we've, like, when we play as Edward, we weren't Desmond, which ties in 4 into that. So yeah, they're doing a really, like, so far, like, a lot of the Assassin's Creed games are getting tied into this. And, like, a lot of the major ones, at least all the fan-loved ones as well. But, like I say, none of it makes sense to me. So, those who have played old-school Assassin's Creed games will remember Sean and Rebecca. They'll remember Desmond. And all that is just nostalgia, and I'm hoping if I go more into the other files, when we find more information. Which is pretty cool. The fact... to learn more about the Hidden Ones and their creed and how it all starts and the whole finger thing, when they're saying it's a sacrifice that they willingly make, play Origins. Play the DLC of Origins to learn about how the creed starts making its tenets. Play Odyssey. As much as it sucks, play Odyssey for the DLCs to figure out what the hell's going on. It's because there's like, literally there's a small portion in the base game that's linked to that stuff. And then there's an entire DLC for the staff. How do you steal a coat? You jack it. So, yeah. But it's quite clear this modern day story, or watch Odyssey on YouTube like I did. Funny enough, if you want to do that, just do ! YouTube. We've got an entire playthrough of every Assassin's Creed game and every DLC out there. You know, just go and watch it all there. But how she's feeling about that stuff heavily links into the Fate of Atlantis, I think it's called. The Fate of Atlantis DLC. I'm just going to double check the name. Assassin's Creed Odyssey Fate of Atlantis? Yeah, the Fate of Atlantis is the name of the DLC, where the big stuff with that stuff happens. Go back in.
Here it is.
I lived. I died.
We've listened to this.
Sleep. And in my sleep, I dream. And in my dreams, I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find another death.
Unsettling, that is.
That pulse in the message. Are you sure it's just coordinates? Nothing else?
Nothing I can find.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
The amount I've played the Assassin's Creed games and the knowledge I have from all of them is ridiculous. But honestly, one of the things I will say, I say bad things about Odyssey as an Assassin's Creed game. That's because, in my opinion, it is. As a game, it's overall great, so there's nothing wrong with playing Odyssey. But like, the nostalgia I'm feeling from certain characters when I'm meeting them, it's definitely because I've played all the other games. Like I say, seeing the hidden ones, it's like, I get that nostalgia because I've played Origins.
England, our new home. Not a patch on Norway, but we'll make this land our own soon enough.
I'm glad to see any land at all, and will be happy to have my feet on solid ground again.
We must not rush our landing. All you see here is Saxon territory. The Kingdom of Mercia, largely unpacified.
Feels the same, it's a good game, but it's not really an AC game.
We must be wary. Randi, dig in your oars, all standing.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, Tyler. I don't want this to be another Aura's Odyssey all over again.
Understood. May Thor bless you all on your way. We will see you soon.
Sail on.
Yes, I'm ready for whatever these green-thumbed fairy folk have to throw at us.
Sigurd, do the sons of Ragnar know that we're coming?
They do not, but they will not scoff at our visit. Of the 4 kingdoms in England, the sons of Ragnar have settled only one. The rest is ripe for the taking.
Do we mean to join their army?
No, no. We will speak with them. Get the lay of the
Great
land.
Viking game with Assassin's Creed concept, but I've seen seem to be the only one with this opinion, so you might have a different experience. We'll see. It all comes down to like how much Assassin's Creed lore and everything we experience throughout the game, like lore of the Creed and stuff like that. Do we see any development and stuff that pushes us towards what we know of Assassin's Creed 1? Be that modern day, or like, do we see like a progression of the Order Ancients? Do we see a progression of the Creed? Do we learn more about them? Do we join them in a logical way? Like, these are like some of the things I'm looking for in this game that Odyssey just did not have. And I understand it was hard for Odyssey to do that, because Odyssey took place a time before Origins.
A bolt of lightning would take that cross clean off.
To me, Origins is still my favorite Assassin's Creed game to date.
Look there! What are they doing?
Ritual drowning.
Baptism, Dag. Are the ways of Christians really so unfamiliar to you?
Not at all. I simply forgot. And someone has to keep the conversation up. It must be priests and worshippers alone in that place. We could storm this port with ease. Sack it without breaking a sweat.
Is there much in the way of treasure there?
Always! They shape precious metals and cut jewels to their gods. There will be a fortune there.
Later, Dag. There will be time enough for raiding once we have settled. Come to, stop the boats. Pull up over there. The way forward is blocked by a chain spanning the river. We must remove it before passing on.
A chain? Can we cut through it?
It's too thick for access. But there must be a way to release it, somewhere in that camp.
I will go.
And I will be right behind you.
No, Dag. You stay here. Should trouble come our way, I want you defending the ship.
A good idea.
Ritual drowning. Anyway, I've got to go to work. Enjoy the game and have a good stream, mate. No problem, Tyler. Thank you for hanging out today. Thank you for your help. I'll catch you later, my friend. Can I get up? There we go.
My door, what's got into you?
Okay, so I have some skill points to spend. Real quick. I have 4 skill points. I can get myself pretty close to this. Okay, so next level we get that. This is what I want? Yeah, I also want to get to auto loot.
I should be cautious around here.
You didn't see a damn thing.
Let's end it. Flank the idiot. Press hard.
Ba-bum, ba-bum. Ow. One up. Where is our arrows coming from? I guess, I will just guess you won't do this simple trick for infinite money in this game. There's a simple trick for infinite money, and probably no I won't.
This chain is huge and poorly anchored, it appears. I might be able to
It has to do with the drinking minigame. Fair enough.
Done. Path is clear.
Why, hello there.
Hey, boy, back to the boat. We should be close now. Barring any more surprises.
Interact. Some of them you can repeat for easy money. Ah.
I say we go back, Sigurd. Give those dogs a good knock around and take whatever treasures they have. Easy pickings.
Not today, Dad. We press on until we reach our goal. We cannot afford another surprise. Now be on your guard. It should not be far.
Gods, I'm ravenous. I hope they have food and ale on hand when we arrive. You should have sent word ahead of us, Sigurd, to get something on the spit.
If Halfdan, Ubba and Ivar Ragnarsson are lacking food in England, then all of us will starve. Have no worry.
Ah, I can see it now. A suckling pig tender and juicy, and the ale as gold as the treasures that we found.
Shane tells me it's not going to be as good as they think it is.
Simple pleasures, aren't you, Dag?
Happier for it. For my part, I look forward to standing in the footsteps of the giants that built this land.
What giants?
The great Romans and their empire. Giants of a forgotten age. They held dominion here long ago, and their ruins dot the landscape. Every brick and stone tells a story of conquest and glory. And now, they are rubble and ash.
Remade! We will rebuild their empire, brick by brick, and ours will not crumble to dust.
All things end, Dog. The ruins are not a warning. They are a testament. Look there, just ahead, where the sons of Ragnar make their camp.
At last, to find our feet on steady ground.
Sigurd, hold back. Something isn't right.
Good eye. There's too little movement for an army. Only tents and a few men.
Not the army we hope to find.
No. Let us get a closer look.
Something's going on.